Hello, everyone, and welcome today to Celebrity Customer Experience Riffs with me, Jill Raff, where we riff on anything and everything employee experience to customer experience. And why celebrity customer experience? Well, I think we all understand what the experience is for a celebrity when they go anywhere, regardless of what they do, when they are a customer, the treatment they get, the pampering, the special treatment, the over the top, right? Taking care of you, whatever you want, whatever your needs are. Well, why doesn't everyone deserve the same treatment? They do. I believe they do. And I think to succeed in today's world, we have to deliver a celebrity customer experience to everyone that gives us business consistently. And I think that we need to apply this internally. It's why my proprietary system is called the Inside Out Framework, because I do believe that great experience, great customer experience specifically, begins inside with great employee experience. And when we treat our employees as celebrities that they are, showing up for you every day, giving what they have, contributing to your company's success, I think we need to let them know that and let them know that they are the rock stars, the celebrities in your business, and the reason why you succeed. And if you don't treat them well, they will also be the reason why you fail. So it really doesn't matter either way, good or bad. It's your choice. One influences the other without a doubt. Your employee experience will influence your customer experience. So I want to thank you first for joining me today, whether you're watching live or the replay, because I know it's just before the holidays. And I know everyone's busy doing their last minute shopping or traveling to family. And when you get a chance and you're listening to this, just know that I'm thinking about you and sending you all the best wishes for a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays for everyone, regardless of what holiday you celebrate. I want to thank you for your time. I know it is so valuable. I do think it's the most valuable asset and quantity of anything that we have in today's world, especially. Everything moves so fast. So thank you for taking the time to join me today. And please do join in, even if you're watching the replay, comment along the way, tag me so we can have a conversation and so that you can contribute. I want to know what you think. And please share with anyone that you think will also benefit from this. Okay, so today's topic is be the company you want to do business with. So, what does that mean? Well, we all know the companies that we love to do business with, the ones that we patronize repeatedly. That's the important thing. That's where businesses thrive the most as well. Costs less to maintain an existing customer than it is to acquire new ones. We all know that by 6 to 7 times the amount of that investment. And we could enumerate probably many reasons why we enjoy our experiences with these companies that we choose to continue to work for. Notice I say we choose. We all have a choice and we have many choices. The competition today is immense. And so, as a company, as a service, whatever you do, even if you're a product, I believe we are all in the service industry because we have to deliver great customer service, that great experience. And so it really doesn't matter what you're selling, product, service, um, software, you name it. It's about how is that interaction for a customer to actually buy what it is that you're selling. There has to be some interaction in some way, even if it's through the website that you set up. What is your communication? What's your language like on your website? Does it work efficiently and quickly? Are you speaking their language? Do they relate and connect to what you're saying? If so, that's going to influence their experience. And what about even the visual aspect, right? Your brand colors, your style. Is it consistent with who you are as a brand? And we've spoken a little bit about this in past episodes where the language that you choose, for example, or even the fonts and the graphics or emails, whatever it is, really does convey the your brand's experience, your culture, what it is that you want your people to feel, and recognize as your brand. If you take care of this, this will happen successfully. Really important small details. I do believe that the greatest impact happens from those small details. So I can tell you that as a Mac user, I love my Macs. And one of the things that we love about Mac that I think anyone would agree who's had an experience with Mac, even if it's they're only with the iPhone and they're not Mac everywhere else in that environment, we love the cutting edge tech combined with the sleek beauty of the design of their products. They're known to be front edge, right? They're great customer experience. All of their agents, no matter where you walk into a store or if you call on the phone for support, they're knowledgeable. They're friendly, they're kind. There's an energy, a tone when in their voices when they speak to you. So think about that and how easy it is to do business with them. It really is easy. The support, it doesn't like take a million clicks to find someone, how to call, who to write, who to speak to about what specific problem. They make it so easy, laying out everything for you. And that's what's important in the customer experience. Those are some of the details of why we love to do business with certain companies. Amazon, for example, think about the speed, the reliability, the ease of buying and even returning, especially if you're a premium member, and the price that they offer for that for the year, it certainly uh, is over the top delivery, I think, for your value of that. The endless options, the reviews that you can rely on. You can always know that you can find pretty much the widest variety and the best prices. These are just a few things to name about that great experience where even when we have problems, they're super easy to resolve and usually cost you nothing to make that follow-up return. It's quick, it's easy, and it's gives you uncostly solutions to that. So I want us to think about those items, right? And let's think about 2022. Going forward, what is your vision? What is your strategy for your company for people to choose you for all of these reasons in doing business in the same way you choose to do business with the companies that you patronize? If we know why we love doing business with certain companies, why then is it so hard to be that type of company for others and offer similar experiences from your brand point of view, of course? So let's take a look at some of these factors that I just talked about that influences that and think about what exactly do we as customers like. So I would love to know, write in the comments if you're watching the replay, um, what are some of the things that are important to you? What are some of the experiences that you have, which gives you reason to always go back to one certain store, a doctor, a coach, an attorney, a software product, whatever it is, it really doesn't matter. Why is that you choose to go back to that company again and again? Convenience, right? We talked about convenience. So what's involved in convenience? Usually it's speed, it's efficiency. Now let's not confuse the two. There's a difference. One is a matter of time that it takes to do something really fast. It doesn't mean that that's efficient, right? Like I could be transferred very quickly between 1 and 5 different agents I'm speaking to on the phone. That doesn't mean that that's efficient. It's extremely frustrating. So it's about the speed of which we get our solutions to whatever it is of the reason of our visit, whether we're fixing something or whether we're looking to buy something outright. What about the knowledgeable service that we get from the employees, from the agents? I cannot tell you how frustrating it is. I know you relate to how frustrating it is, but I can't tell you the number of times that I have had experiences where the people who were hired and supposed to be trained have not been educated on what it is they're there for, what brand they're supposed to communicate, the knowledge, like Apple users, Apple employees, they have the knowledge to help solve your problem. And it is extremely frustrating how often I go somewhere where the help just really is not knowledgeable. And then, usually, to cover up their lack of knowledge, puts them in a weird position, which the company has put them in by not preparing them. And then, as a human being, if there's often that people's natural response is defensive, is having a tone, changing your volume of your voice, usually raising that volume. And so, one of the good things is kindness, courteous employees. Do you have that in your with your customers? And I would guarantee that when you have kind, courteous employees, it's because you've taken the time to invest in your people, to let them know that they care, to prepare them for your customers. I mean, we want as few friction points as possible. We want that human to human, genuine interaction versus a transaction, right? Just being a sale. No one wants to feel like they're just a sale. And yet, I think this is, again, a differentiator between companies that we choose to do business with and those we don't. So again, I'm going to ask, what's preventing your organization from making sure they are the company that they themselves, leaders of that company, want to do business with? Well, a few ideas. I think it's because there's a lack of clarity of the values of their brand upon which they deliver. So you cannot deliver brand promises if you aren't super clear on what that brand is. And I guarantee you, so many, I would say easily 98% of companies, if not even 99, are or even greater, honestly, 99 point something, are working from pre-pandemic thinking, or working from pre-2019 values and protocols and systems. Those just don't work anymore. So you have to go back and revisit what that looks like. It's something that I offer. If someone wants to have a discussion with me about that, I'm happy to do that. But it's really important, whether me or anyone else, get clarity on your values and what you deliver. I would say also there's a lack of expectations within your company. If you don't have clearly defined expectations when you bring someone on, or reestablishing your current employees if things have gone amok, it's understandable. We've been through crazy times with the pandemic. It's okay. Redefine those values. I guarantee you, your people are craving to know what's expected of them so they can live up to and even surpass what those expectations are. Often, people don't have any idea of what you want from them. It's often like child rearing. I mention this often, but parenting, they say that children who don't have the discipline, who are not explained what's expected of them, actually end up in more problematic situations and cause more problems and act out because they don't feel that anyone cares about them enough to set some guardrails, some guidelines. And that's the same with your employees. When you show that you have certain expectations, then they feel that you believe in them and that they can live up to that. So let them know what you expect of them and learn what they expect of you, and make sure you have that mutual agreement and that you live up on your end as well. And guess what? Everyone right now has a big problem with accountability. People are afraid to hold their leaders are afraid to hold their people accountable, but you cannot have accountability without first clarifying your expectations. Accountability is huge. It ties into what I just said before. Everyone, whether they admit it or not outwardly, in their subconscious, wants to know they're being held accountable. And that ties into recognition and appreciation and acknowledgement of who they are. When you hold them accountable, you're actually acknowledging your belief in them and your trust of them doing what you've laid out, that of what your expectations are. In order to do this, you have to stop warm body hiring practices. Warm body hiring practices will bring in anyone and everyone just to be a warm body to put on the floor or to perform a certain task. And while that might get you through immediately, you're spoiling and poisoning the pot for long-term growth and for your overall team that you've been working so hard to create a cohesive team. One bad apple does spoil. That energy is pervasive, and you don't want to do that. So think before you hire someone just because you need them immediately. Another thing that we really work on when I work with my clients is to figure out ways how we avoid that, and that's by creating a connection culture. When you do that, you will be the employer of choice, and you won't have to be hiring someone just with a warm body to fill in a spot. You'll be creating that team cohesion and the collaboration that really will work together and help the chaos of turnover. We know turnover affects everyone down the line, and forget about your bottom line financially, but it also affects the experience of everyone involved. And ultimately, that's going to hit your bottom line. That influences your financial position. Another issue is the lack of communication, proper communication, choice of words, systems to make sure it's reaching the front line and out to our customers. So many things. And today, lastly, the abusive behavior of so many customers, it's awful. And these poor employees are having to deal with that. These are the employees who show up. And why now there's so many signs, right, on businesses, please be kind to the employees who showed up to serve you. Oh my gosh. First of all, shameful that we're in a society that customers feel it's okay to be rude and abusive and so entitled. But shame on us as employers who are not helping our people give them the tools, the emotional intelligence strategies, the communication tools to know how to handle the behavior of these poorly behaved customers. Again, this is something that I work with customers to help them deal with that piece, because it's up to us and all of the leadership to help your employees on that front line or on the phone or wherever it is, and sometimes maybe even internally, be able to understand how to handle it and to empower them. And the list goes on and on. I can tell you that as someone who grew up in a fast growing franchise, the McDonald's business, never dreaming, it's the McDonald's of today. I know what those fast challenges of business are as they grow, as they deal with the growth and the scaling and what goes into that. But looking back, I can tell you that with full clarity, I understand that employee experience, how it affects the customer experience, and how we educate and train our people to create all of those tools and to fill in the gaps that I just described, so that you're not having to deal with the high turnover of employees from abuse, from the lack of being educated, from the lack of being involved and acknowledged. It's time to look at your organization and figure out, honestly, am I delivering that same experience that I enjoy when I choose to shop, to dine, to select any one of the services, doctors, attorneys, software program, any of the professional services like those, or any of those online. Those are all experiences that we make choices of. So when you are setting up your strategies going forward for 2022, stop and think about what those things are in your own experience, and use that as an outline and a guideline to make sure you are establishing those within your company, so that you too are delivering that great experience that you enjoy, and that is the reason for you choosing to give your business to a company and repeat business. So, if any of this resonates to you, I invite you to really think about what's going on in your company, and really think about the benefit, maybe just having a phone call. Not maybe. There's definitely benefits. I want to hear about what's happening in your business, where the challenges are, where your goals are, not just looking at the pain points. But of course, we want to address those and figure out, how do we eliminate those for you in 2021? Reach out to me. Go to, I always forget, let me put it up here on the screen. Go to my website, jillraff.com. Jill Raff, Raff is spelled R like Ronald, A like apple pie, and double F like French fry. JillRaff.com. And you'll have a fun, interactive way of reaching out to me. Click on that button that says, Jill, I'd like to speak with you, and I'd like to talk to you more, and see how you can help my business. Just click on that button, and there'll be some fun, interactive ways for me to meet you and to learn about your business and see how I can help you going forward. Thank you again for listening to today's show. Next week will be a quick 2021 wrap up as we're looking into 2022, where I will have many new guests, and really looking forward to that into the new year. And thank you again for watching the replay, commenting, always joining in. I hear from people who say, "Oh, I love your show," but then I never know they're watching. So please be sure to comment. Let me know you're here, and let me know your thoughts. I truly always want to know the thoughts of others, even though I'm here talking, except for when I have my guests. And I want to have an interaction with you and know what's important to you. So thanks again for joining. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. And I will see you next Thursday, same time, same place.